guys, welcome to my channel. So starting with the very first topic of our today is relations and functions. Relation. So starting with the definition, a relation R is from a set of X and Y. Suppose you have a set of X and Y. So a relation is a subset of the Cartesian product, that is X into Y, and its notation is R belonging to X cross Y. So now coming to the domain and range of a relation. So the domain of a range of is, so the set of all first elements of all ordered pairs in R, that is X belonging to XY relation to R, that is the domain of a relation. And so this will be the first set, and the second set, it will be consisting of all the ordered pairs, that is again X comma Y, that is relation to R. So if n of A equal to P and n of B equal to Q, then n of A into B will be PQ, and the number of relations from set A to set B will be 2 raised to PQ. So now coming to the types of relation. So there are various types of relation which are very important to note down. So the very first one is empty relation. An empty relation is a relation R in set X is called as an empty relation. If no element of X is related to any element of X, that is R is equal to phi, such that X not belonging to any of the element. Okay. Then the second one is universal relation. So a relation R, it is defined as a relation R in a set X is called as a universal relation. That means if each element of X is related to every element of X. So this is the notation. Now coming to the third one, that is the reflexive relation. Reflexive relation is a relation R defined on set A is said to be reflexive. Such that X belongs to A. Then the fourth one is symmetric relation. So a symmetric relation is defined on set A such that X, Y belonging to R implies that Y of X will also. So hence X is relation to Y implies Y is also a relation of X such that XY belong to A. So that is symmetric. Then the fifth relation is transitive. So what is a transitive relation? So a relation R defined on set A is said to be transitive. That means if XY is belonging to R, real numbers, and YZ is also belonging to a set of real numbers, then XZ is belonging to R such that XYZ belongs to A, or X relation Y and Y relation to Z. Then the sixth one is equivalence relation. So an equivalence relation is the one which satisfies reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive relations. So if it satisfies these three, then it is known as an equivalence relation. Then the last one is equivalence classes. So equivalence classes means let R be an equivalence relation in set A and let A belong to A. So the set of all those elements of A which are related to A under the relation R is known as the equivalence class determined by A and is denoted by this A. So A hence here will be denoted like this, B belonging to A, that is A relation B. Now next we will define what is a function. So a function is defined as let x and y be two non-empty sets. So a function or mapping f from x into y is written as f from x to y, okay, by which each element of x is associated to a unique element of y belonging to y. Now there are types of function, that is one-to-one or injective it is called, and many one. So there are types, okay. So one is one-one and the other is onto. So this is also known as injective and the onto is known as subjective. Now how you will define injective? So an injective function is if the images of distinct elements of x under f are distinct. So thus f is 1 1, that is if f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2 for all x1 comma x2 belonging to x. So this was the 1 1 function. Now if x1 is not equal to x2 implies f of x1 not equal to f of x2 for all x1 comma x2 belonging to x. So a function which is not 1 1, so this is known as many to one function. Then second is onto, or subjective function. So a function in relation from x to y is said to be onto if every element of y is an image of some element of set x under f. That is, for every y belonging to y there exists an element x in x such that f of x is equal to y. Then the third is bijective function. So if a function is defined from x to y and if it satisfies both, that is onto 1 1 and onto function, so it is known as bijective function. Next is composite functions and invertible functions. So let f of x belonging to y and g of y belonging to z be two functions. So then the composition of these functions f and g is a function from x to z denoted by g of f of x is equal to g of f of x such that for every element of x belonging to x. And similarly h of g of f will be x belonging to s. So h of g of f will be given as h of g of f of x, which is equal to h of g of f of x. Then the last one is invertible function. So if a function is invertible, that is if we define from x to y, so if there exists a function f, then for g it will be from y to x. That means if g of f equal to 1 and f of g is also equal to 1. So then the inverse of f is denoted as f inverse. Important note, to prove that a function is invertible, we need to prove that a function is bijective. So an invertible function is also bijective. That means the function has to be 1, 1 and on 2. Now there are some other type of functions too. We will see some domain and range, which are useful functions, like polynomial function, that is its domain is R and the range if the degree is odd. Okay, then rational function, all real numbers except for which the denominator is 0 and the range will depend on the particular rational function. Then exponential function, where a is raised to e and all real numbers is the domain and range. Then identity function, y is equal to x, for domain and range all real numbers. Then modulus function we have for domain r and the range is including 0 and excluding infinity. Then signum function, these are functions we do not have, but still it's important to know. Then greatest integer function, so this is the very important one, that is the domain is r and this range is set of integers. Identity function is for y is equal to x, so the domain and range is r. So yeah, okay, so these were some of the functions. So this was the introduction of relation and function. These all definitions are very important, and based on these we will solve the sums. If you have any doubt, you can just post it on my link. Thank you.